Slay the Spire. Which, it's like the best roguelike you can put in front of a casual. It's like a hamburger. It's like chicken tenders, Everybody loves chicken tenders. I've never met anybody that did not like Slay the Spire. I just think there's something about this game that's just so addicting. I love it. I love every second of it. That's not true. I actually hate the vast majority of things that aren't like elites and the boss fights. Slay the Spire is definitely one of these games where, it's very in depth when you like build your character. It's very in depth in terms of like, like all the shit you can do, like all the cards, the builds, and everything. However, when you get to the characters themselves, they're very there's only 4 of them, and if you play like Wild Frost or Enter the Gungeon, for an example, Binding of Isaac even, there's tons of little characters you get to play as, and fuck around with, and say if you want to be you got 4 choices, right? You got Ironclad, Ironclad, And God, what can I say about Ironclad? Ironclad is kind of that basic beginning generic swords person, That's another thing about this game. I really like games, the original Fallout games never gave you a voice for your character. You got to make your character, but you were never given a voice up until like Fallout 4. And then Fallout 4, it's good. I actually really like Fallout 4. The voice acting, I don't think it really makes it that bad. But how this relates is Slay the Spire. You can't tell me you look at one of these fucking characters, Ironclad. Pretty generic, basic character, honestly. There's really 2 main ways I like to play them, at least. Going full strength, really pumping that iron, getting in the gym, and really sending it home with your fucking massive fucking biceps, your fucking elite level traps. None of these other characters can compare to that. They're all fucking little paper flies, compared to my person, my little fucking Ironclad. There's the strength, but with strength comes weakness. If you don't defend yourself and you just have strength, somebody's gonna sneak in. Most of these enemies are not one hittable, unless you get that shit down from the beginning. You might have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swings at a motherfucker's head before it comes off. And do you think in that time he's just gonna stand there and let you do it? You're just gonna be fucking whack at him? He's gonna be like, yeah, man, I like it. No. You're gonna get hit back twice over, probably 2, 3 times. Get grouped up on and just fucking slathered with honey, and they're just all gonna lick it off. So that's where the D comes in. The D in fence. Let me tell you about this motherfucker. Barricade, defense, and body slam. You're just slamming your little meat sack all around, just getting defense. So barricade's a power card. Power cards buff your character. I'll just say that. Buff your character for the whole game. Not the whole game, but the whole little round. Whatever you're fucking killing till that thing is dead, you're gonna have a little barricade on you, And what do we think about barricade? under the right circumstances, it can get busted. Barricade makes it so you don't lose your defense after a turn. Typically, how it works is once you are done with your turn, an enemy's turn happens, and they can either break your defense can stop their attack, or if they choose to do a non-attacking move, your defense is still going to go away. That's where this comes in. You just get D'd up. You just get D'd up, maybe D'd down. Maybe you're just getting D'd down, right, in the tower, right? And out of nowhere, you just want to flop that little sack around. Body slam, dude. You can get, let me tell you, body slam, motherfucker. Who decided body slam can get upgraded and be 0 elixir? 0 energy. My bad. Whoever was doing that was doing the Lord's work. Because goddamn, is it fun to fucking do that shit. If you've never done an ironclad defense build, just slapping body slams everywhere, you haven't felt fun. It's fucking sick. And this leads me on to the second character, Silent. Silent's a dirty little bugger. I'll tell you what. Silence has 2, maybe 3. I'm only going to talk about 2 sexy little builds. The booger spray, also called poison. You just kind of run around giving people the cheese touch, boop, and they just get sick. And then, so poison's kind of busted. Every character has its own little busted thing. Let me tell you about poison. Poison, motherfucker gets sick. You let somebody get sick. Oh no. Because that poison just stacks. And look, one turn, say I had 6 poison on me. I'm taking 6 damage, and poison is going down by 1. So next turn, I'm taking 5 damage. Just from 6 poison, I have taken 11 damage so far. And with that, I'll take 4 after that, which will be 15, and then 18, and then 20, and then 21, and then it's gone. But, buddy, it gets worse. Because, look, you can just keep stacking that bitch. There's so many fucking poison attacks. So many. There's also a poison attack that doubles poison. God damn. They just stay sick. And then this little booger has another play style. And you just kind of run around with a little knife. You're just a little knife guy. Stabby, stabby, stab. Shiv, shiv, shiv. Shivs can be very fun under the right circumstances. I think sometimes it's almost a cop-out. You know what I mean? Almost like, I don't know how to build silent. I guess I'm just going to go with shivs. Shivs have this lethal power of just being good for you and annoying for the enemy. And what I mean by that is, so there's a card, and it's worth 1 energy, right? 1 energy, you use that card, and you get 3 shiv. Now, 1 shiv does 4 damage. Quattro. And so with 1 energy, I'm hitting for 12 damage on its own. Not crazy. But you pair that with something that, buff shivs, which a lot of things do. A lot of things buff shiv. Some things, you get hit by a shiv, you're poisoned. And I've already talked to you about getting sick, right? And that shit's not fun. And on top of that, there's things that make shiv pluses. Let me tell you about a shiv plus. Think about 4 damage make it worse. It's pretty good. It's just, like, when it comes to Slay the Spire, it's just so underwhelming in terms of your builds. Like, I don't know. Shiv build, it's good. But I think Silent in general is just the bread and mold of the shit sandwich. You know, I think there's a lot more that, I don't know. Like, it's just not my favorite character. It's alright. Hey, Silent hate train over here. Fuck Silent. You know what? We're doubling down. Fuck Silent. Fuck her. Fuck them to hell. Fuck. Now we got the runt of the litter. But arguably one of the most fun you can play as, Defect. Now let me tell you about Defect. Defect loves balls. That's all this motherfucker does. Balls. He can't get enough of them. He even focuses in on them. He's focusing on balls. What does focus do? All right, let me get to the balls. Balls. Lightning. All over the place. Everywhere. You can't get enough of it. It's so much fun. You know, they got little powers like electromagnetic, fuck yeah, electro everywhere, and electromagnetic makes your lightning hit everybody, and that just makes you feel cool. It makes you feel like you're Zeus sitting up there smiting people from above. I just like it. Probably one of my favorite Defect things to do is just get a bunch of lightning attacks. Just spam lightning. Probably not the best way to play them. But I don't care. Second ball. It's the chill as fuck ball. Right? It's a little frozen. It's hella chill. Gives you a nice little shield. Boring, right? I mean, out of all the balls, I think this one is like, you know, if you got it, cool. Little defense, but it's pretty minuscule. Unless you got a lot of frozen, which if you got a lot of frozen, you don't have room for a lot of lightning. And then if you're not doing lightning, what the fuck are you doing, right? Frozen is incredibly mid. Let's go on to the next one. Dark balls. That's what we're gonna call them. Dark balls. The bully ball, right? The dark ball gains a little more damage. You know, it goes in your last ball slot, and every time it's in there, you know, it gets a little better. It gets a little better, and it gets a little better. Now here's its little downfall. It bullies the weakest enemy on the field. Now, if it's one enemy, fine, whatever. But the problem with it is when it comes to like bosses and their little fucking minions. Right, and I guess it's cool to get rid of the minions, but I want to kill the boss, because if I kill the boss, the minions aren't there anyways. So, fuck them, right? And then the last one is like plasma, and you know, when that gets evoked, you get energy. Whatever, dude. Defect. What do I gotta say about Defect? 10 out of 10 character. Low key. Probably has my most play time. Fun as fuck. I'm definitely missing some stuff about him. Alright, we're gonna get a little emo with it. My edgy queen? King? Queen? King? It's our little bipolar shoddy. You know what I'm saying? They got 3 attitudes. 3. Chill as fuck. Yo, sometimes the watcher is just hella chill. I'm like, I want to get down with them, right? Talking about calmness, talking about calm minds. I feel like I could use a little watcher in my life, you know, a little calming me down. And then the bitch gets pissed off. That's her only other move. Well, actually, I said another one. The bitch gets pissed off. right? She's 3 attitudes, chill as fuck, pissed off, and purple. Whoa, bro. Calm the fuck down. Anybody with 3 moods is kind of a loose cannon, if you ask me. Let's talk about pissed off. Pissed off mode. You just take double the amount of damage. You take double the amount of damage, but you put out double the damage. So it's like a trade-off, right? I think this character arguably is the most RNG out of all of them. Just the way you play her, it's very back and forth. You know, you one day you wake up and you take your medication. Next day, never heard of it, right? It's just like, and then the cards that act as your medication are not guaranteed. So you might be pissed off one turn, taking double damage, and you might be like, fuck, I don't want to have to deal with this next turn. Well, that's too damn bad, right? The Spire don't care. The Spire don't care. Say what you want. Doesn't give a flying hell. Right? Let's talk about purple. So purple, you know, you get that little purple haze, a little Jimi Hendrix, a little right off the good Playboy Cardi. You know what I mean? Not this one. And it really, like, when you can get it off, because you have to build up this little thing called mantra, and it takes 10 mantra. However you get that mantra, it's really up to you. But once you get it, oh boy, is purple fun. You get it for one turn, right? It's like a good little bump, right? You get it for one turn, and you get all your fucking energy back. Sick as fuck. Well, you get 3 energy, which, I mean, let's be real. Probably going to be all your energy. And then you do triple damage. I don't know if you're fucking hearing me. Triple damage? Who the fuck else does triple damage? Sometimes Ironclad. But that's kind of cracked. It's just not reliant enough. Purple haze. Sometimes, you know, the card is burnt. And you don't get the purple haze. And you get smited to hell. I think Watcher, in terms of funness, in terms of, like, not maybe greatness, but when you're doing great, might be the most fun one, right? Defect is very fun, but Defect's only fun in the sense of, like, kind of busted. It's kind of like in Call of Duty when you get the LMG and you put on, like, a target finder, right? Or like a fucking thermal scope, and you just can't. That's what it feels like. It just feels like easy money. Whereas, like, the Watcher is when you're quick scoping. You know, and you might turn that corner and the guy might be far away and you might fucking one tap his head. Or you might turn that corner and that guy could be smelling you. Just smelling your hair. Rubbing those fingers right through your fucking scalp. With a fucking shotgun aimed right at it. Right at it. That's the Watcher. Relics. What can I say that hasn't been said before, right? If you watch my Balatro video, you kind of know. I kind of skip over this shit. Same thing as, like, Jokers. Like, every roguelike, I assume you've fucking played a roguelike before, right? Every roguelike has this, you know, Slay the Spire calls them relics. They're very good. They're very fun. However, sometimes they can kind of make or break you, right? They're kind of like the curse cards. But sometimes it can just change everything, and it just adds another layer of depth to this game. You know, I love giving this game to, like, my non-gamer friends on the sole sense of, like, I really feel that this might be the solitaire of roguelikes. Like it's a card game. Everybody knows cards, right? Not like Balatro, that's poker, but it's like it's its own great little beautiful little sexy card game, and the relics just add one more layer of depth to these characters. Right? Each character has their own starting relic. Some really bad, silent. Some really good, ironclad. Ironclad, for instance, has burning blood, which dope as fuck. Heals you for 6 HP at the end of a game. Now, something you'll think about Slay the Spire is really most of what comes down to it is how much health you have for a fight. I think sometimes you got to think about, whereas like Balatro, you have a little gold, which really doesn't matter, but your health in Slay the Spire, you should just almost expect it to go down every turn, like every fight. Is that great? Yes, I think it makes you play in a way that you can play very conservatively and then also live out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be fucking serious all the time. You can chill. You can chill, but fucking open up some with the homies and just start slaughtering enemies and not giving a fuck about your health. Hell, sometimes it rewards it, right? There are cards that, you take a little damage, you get a debuff, you get some. They'll be remembering that, let me tell you. Crazy. Homeostasis, for one. Take 2 damage, deal however fucking much. I think it's like, it can be 10. I think it can be 20. It's usually it's buffed on Ironclad anyways. And Ironclad, again, burning blood makes it good. It's just I don't know. Your health almost feels more like a currency. And there is gold. What game doesn't have an actual currency? But it's just for buying cards. Like, it's cards, rituals. If you hate your cards, get rid of it. Shit like that. There's potions. Man, I like a good potion every once in a while. But really, back to it. Relics just add that extra layer of depth. Here's my consensus, right? My favorite thing to do in this game isn't really play it, but ninja star it to people that haven't played it. I am that person. Play this fucking game, dude. Just play it. It's addicting. I just like to watch people get sucked in, right? They're like, oh, one game is Ironclad. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm going to take one hit off the cigarette, and I'm not going to do it again. Oh, God. No, dude, you're hooked. You're hooked, buddy. You'll be buying Game Pass. You'll be buying the little bullshit, right? Perfect game. Here's what I'm gonna give this game. I'm gonna give it a good old 7 out of 7 chill as fucks. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of memories back in the day, hanging out with my buddies in like the Xbox party chat. Just chatting away. We're all on separate games. I'm just kind of like mindlessly talking and just getting sucked into this game. And it's just run after run. I just lose track of the sands of time. And I just... Before I know it, it's 2 a.m. Great game. Even better when you're in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Thank you.